This holiday weekend sees the EFL League One playoff final between Leyton Orient and Charlton. So we're at Wembley, that's right. But who's going to come out on top? The prize on the gates is a place in next year's championship campaign. Will it be Charlton? Will it be Leyton Orient? We've simulated 100 times using Football Manager. Here behind me, we're coming at ya next. That's right, folks, back once again with another video. Today we're taking a look at, of course, the League One playoff final between Leyton Orient and Charlton. It's at Wembley and it's coming at you this coming weekend. That's right, we'll get into that in a second. If you know where you've been, smash your subscribe and you want to subscribe for Blackburn Rovers, League One, playoff football. We're going to all hear under one roof. Now, we have simulated this match at Wembley over 100 times. And we're going to showcase you the results from my simulations in this video. And we'll get to that in just one second. Big shout out to the members of the Patreons. You know who you are, you sexy beasts out there. And if anyone's interested in supporting the channel, let me know. There's a links in the description, I think, down below. So what we're going to do now, though, is showcase you some of the results, some of the high-scoring results that did take place within the simulation. So we'll start with Leyton Orient's biggest victory over Charlton. It was a 5-0 win. They had a 5-0 win on the record. I think they only had one of those. Meanwhile, Charlton, they had a 4-1 win. Wow, in favour of Charlton. So just a 3-goal deficit in their biggest victory within the 100-plus simulations. Meanwhile, the goal bonanza game, the biggest goals exploit was a 7-goal thriller, and that also went in favour of Charlton, 4-3 in the end. But what about goals? Who scored the most goals within the simulation? Well, I'm going to tell you that right here, right now. 168 goals for Leyton Orient, 162 goals for Charlton. That's probably one of the closest margins I've seen within these simulations, stretching back since when I first did them many moons ago. So very fine margins there, very fine margins in the goal scoring brackets. So let's take a look then at the goal scorers. Where did all those goals come from Leyton Orient? Well, we'll start with the bottom, work our way out up the top. Cooper. That's Bradley Cooper as well, to you and me. Just the one goal for him. Brown got himself 2. Beckles got himself 3. Williams with 4. There was 5 own goals courtesy of the Charlton players. We had Clare in there with 6. James had 6. Ball also chipped in with 6, with Graham with 7 goals. Happe got himself 8. O'Neill with 11. Ajayi also got himself 14 into the 4 places now, top 4. And we got Galbraith with 14 as well. So the bronze medal, top goal scorer within the simulations for Leyton Orient was Markanday, of course, next hot off the press, being released by Blackburn Rovers here. So he could even be playing for Orient next season. Who knows? Into the top 2 we go. It's Archibald chipping in there with 24 goals. And, of course, the main man at the top spot is Donnelly. That's right, with 41 goals. I know in the real world, I think a Kelman is the main man for Leyton Orient. He's nowhere to be seen in this. But, yeah, they did chip in with 168 goals. And that is your lot. What about the Charlton then, of course, managed by Nathan Jones? Coming at you right here right now. Their least goal scorer within the Sims was Watson with 1 goal. Meanwhile, we got Adami with 2 there as well. Anderson also got 2. Gillespie got 3. McIntyre also chipping in with 3. There were 4 own goals courtesy of the Leyton Orient players. Hugh got himself 4 goals as well. Jones got 6. Henry got 8. Coventry, not Coventry City, but Coventry got himself 9. And then, of course, Gilbert into the Power 5 here with 14 goals for himself. Moving into the 4th medal spot, or the 4th position, we got Doherty in there with 14. And here we go. It is the bronze medal spot for Charlton. And it is Aneke with 16. Into 2nd spot is Berry with 22. Who have got the top spot? Who do you think? It is, of course, Gordon there. That's right, with 54 goals. And, of course, that completes the pack there with 162 goals so far. But what about the top 10? We could combine both the Leyton Orient players and the Charlton players. Let's make up the top 10 goal scorers within the simulation. We're going to start with, if you can see, you can just about see it, how the order goes. It's Ajayi there with 14 goals. He's in the 10th spot. We've got Galbraith in there also with 14 goals. He's in 9th. Joyt in there with Gilbert with 8, in 8th spot with 14. So technically, all of those guys there in 8th spot. Meanwhile, Doherty got himself 14 also as well. So technically 7th. Goodness gracious me. Sort it out, Dirk. Mackenday's in there with 16 goals. He's into 6th spot. We've got Aneke also in there with 16 goals as well. Berry out on his own, 22 goals for him. Archibald's got 24. Donny's got 41. But the main man is, of course, Gordon with 54 goals within the simulations. Now let's take a look at the simulations. Let's get to the meat of the matter here. And let's go around the houses with them. So we already all know the high-scoring games. We already know the top goal scorers. But what about the games that went beyond 90 minutes then, shall we? Let's take a look at those then, shall we? Starting with how many? There was 19 games that went beyond 90 minutes. And they were divvied up like this. 10 wins for the Orient, 9 wins for Charlton, and of course that is just a fine margin between the two. Just one game separating the two from this one. So Orient has the upper hand heading into the next one. Moving on, it's penalties, of course. So Orient had the edge in that last one. Can Charlton make amends here with games that go beyond 90 minutes and extra time and into penalties? Well, have a little look, and shall we? Of course, 7 games were decided this way. 4 by Orient, 3 by Charlton, goodness gracious me. So upper hand so far is definitely in the favour of the Orient, that's right. In fact, if you combine those, it's pretty much what you expect here. 26 games were decided on either extra time or penalties, and it did go in favour, but only just those slight margins in favour of the Orient. Just 2 games separate the two sides heading into this one. So 14 games went in favour of the Orient, 12 went in favour of Charlton. That's the games beyond 90 minutes. Now, what about the games that decided in 90 minutes? Again, fine margins within the goals, fine margins in games beyond 90 minutes. What we're going to see right here, right now. If this goes in favour of Leyton Orient, then it's all bloody Leyton Orient, all Brisbane Road, baby. So let's take a look at this, shall we? So the games decided within the 90. There was 82 of them. A whopping number that is. 42 for the Orient, 40 for Charlton, which means I do believe they've gone the clean sweep here. And that is, of course, 108 sims, 56 gone in favour of the Orient, 52 gone in favour of Charlton. So what about that? Of course, my prediction is completely different. Of course, it's on its own. Of course, make sure you check that video out whenever it's out there. It's probably already out there. But I think the bookmakers also go with Charlton. And they did finish above them in the league. So the supercomputer has spoken. It has said the Orient are going themselves to the championship. They of course, coming into the second tier of English football for the first time in a long time. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below as we look forward to the playoff final. That's right. And of course, don't forget to come back for the new season. And of course, the summer is going to be busy right here at Blackburn Royal Seas. But until then, subscribe, smash the like. Catch you later. We're done.